Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. Are you concerned about the safety of canola oil? In this video, I'll look at what is canola oil and its health benefits and concerns. First, what is canola oil? Canola is a contraction of Canada and ola, or oleic low acid. Consumer canola cooking oil is a monounsaturated fat extracted from rapeseeds. Unlike monounsaturated olive oil made by cold pressing the oil from the fruit, most canola oils are extracted using a solvent and refined to remove impurities. For people concerned about this process, there are organic cold-pressed canola oils, but their availability is limited and they're very expensive. Some websites claim canola is another name for toxic high erucic acid rapeseed oil. These websites usually promote eating a high-fat diet and natural fats like butter and coconut oil. Oil made from wild rapeseeds is about 50% erucic acid. It is not approved for human consumption in the United States. Canola oil is made from crossbred rapeseed and has 2% maximum erucic acid. Does using canola oil provide any health benefits? Except for the fearmongers, low saturated fat canola oil is generally considered to be a healthy fat. It's about 63% monounsaturated fat, 28% polyunsaturated, and 7% saturated. Its polyunsaturated fat is about 32% omega-3, 66% omega-6, and 2% omega-9. About 1% of the fat by weight is phytosterols that reduce cholesterol absorption into the body. By comparison, coconut oil has 0 phytosterols. Most people eating low saturated fat diets tend to have higher ratios of HDL to LDL cholesterol. Current U.S. dietary guidelines does not link increased LDL cholesterol to dietary cholesterol from foods like eggs. Research studies repeatedly link higher LDL and lower HDL cholesterol to high saturated fat diets. Replacing some or all saturated fats like butter and coconut oil with canola and other high mono and polyunsaturated fats could increase HDL and lower LDL. What are some of the concerns about canola oil? Canola is one of the top 4 vegetable oils consumed in the United States. These oils are referred to as RBD oils for refined, bleached, and deodorized. Refining removes impurities and increases smoke point. Bleaching lightens the color, and deodorizing removes volatile compounds for a neutral taste and odor. Some websites claim canola and other RBD oils are a deadly threat to your health. Some of the safety concerns include hexane residue after oil extraction, the use of GMO rapeseed, erucic acid toxicity, trans fat, oxidation, and increased risk of heart attack, stroke, and dementia. Most RBD oil fears are scare tactics to persuade people to eat an expensive, organic diet high in saturated fats. Do the facts and data support these fears? First, there's hexane. After rapeseeds are crushed into a pulp, hexane, a volatile organic compound, is used to extract the oil from the pulp. Hexane is very volatile with a boiling point of 69 degrees C and very low toxicity. It's been used to extract plant oils for almost 100 years. Estimates of residual hexane in consumer vegetable oils is about 1 part per million. That means 1 tablespoon of canola oil can have up to 14 micrograms of hexane. That is 14 ten-thousandths of a gram. Filling your vehicle's gas tank exposes you to more hexane than canola oil. To avoid hexane, you can buy cold-pressed canola oil. Most canola oil is made from genetically modified rapeseed. To avoid GMO oil, buy certified organic canola oil. Self-proclaimed celebrity diet experts love to emphasize the toxicity of erucic acid in canola oil. Erucic acid is another name for a monounsaturated omega-9 fatty acid. Consumer-grade canola oil is made from rapeseed plants bred to be very low in erucic acid. Canola oil has been used for almost 50 years with no credible evidence of toxicity or death due to erucic acid. Another concern is the amount of trans fat in canola oil. Trans fatty acids are naturally occurring and man-made. Processed foods containing more than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving have been banned in the U.S. since 2018. The nutrition facts label on this brand of canola oil says it has 0 grams of trans fat. FDA labeling rules allows foods with less than 0.5 grams of trans fat per serving to be rounded down to 0 grams. For RBD oils, trans fat is produced during the deodorization process, when oils are heated above 200 degrees Celsius to remove volatile compounds, including hexane. If you're concerned about the small amount of trans fat in RBD vegetable oils, be prepared to stop eating butter, milk, beef, and lamb. Between 2 to 5% of the fat in those foods is trans fat. Beef and dairy have more trans fat than RBD oils. Most people get more trans fat from eating beef and dairy than vegetable or nut oils. Another concern about canola oil is oxidation produced during processing. Oxidation is a chemical reaction involving oxygen. One example familiar to most people is rust. Iron easily oxidizes, whereas gold is inert. Oxidation also happens naturally in the body. It produces free radicals that can be harmful. Most cooking oils have the antioxidant vitamin E. Oxidation requires oxygen. Canola and other RBD oils are deodorized at elevated temperatures under a vacuum. Using a vacuum increases the release of volatile compounds and reduces the oil's exposure to oxygen. Fresh cooking oils have little or no odor. That's why they're deodorized. Oxidized oils have a distinct rancid odor. Unopened bottles of canola oil have a shelf life of about 2 years. An open bottle stored in a cool, dry place or refrigerated to slow oxidation has a shelf life between 6 to 12 months. There's no credible evidence that canola oil increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, or dementia. To make expensive, high-saturated fat oils and fats healthy, one must make inexpensive, low-saturated fat oils unhealthy. Proponents reverse the research to prove high-saturated fat diets reduce LDL cholesterol and the risk of heart disease and stroke. Ultimately, it comes down to your health, not hype from a self-proclaimed diet expert. A simple blood test measures your cholesterol and triglyceride levels, and you can monitor your blood pressure at home to check if your diet is working for or against you. Some canola oil facts is that it is produced from hybrid rapeseed. It is an RBD oil that is very low in erucic acid. It was developed in Canada about 50 years ago. It's high in monounsaturated fat. Between 9 to 11% of the fat is omega-3, and between 2 to 3.5% is trans fat. Myths include canola oil is high in toxic erucic acid, it has dangerous levels of trans fat, all canola oils are GMO, they have high levels of toxic hexane, and that they can increase your risk for heart disease, inflammation, stroke, dementia, and more. Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching and healthy eating.